Thanks for watching the Instant Reaction. For full episodes of the Cannon Podcast, sign up as a YouTube member on this channel or go to patreon.com/thecannonpod. Right. Let's get this off. Can! Let's go! Welcome back to the Instant Reaction. Solo today, just me. Bhavs is at the game and George is unavailable. Oh my God, what a win. Woo! My blood is pumping. That is what football's all about. I'm so jealous of everyone at the game. Oh my God. My friends, there got so many people there, I know. I'm so jealous of everyone. Oh my God, what a game. Let me get some comments before I put some thought into this. We did it. We've done it. How good. Big up the channel. Thank you so much. Let's go. Havertz, never doubted you. London forever. Hook it into my veins. Hook this into my veins. Inject it. Peak Barclays, baby. Oh my God, we did it. We did it. Okay. Yeah, I can't be bothered to analyze. It's such a good feeling. It's such a good feeling, and this is one of those days. We will come to the analysis, but this is more than that. This is a market. This is a marker. This is the day. Like if we look back in 2-3 years' time, and we've won a couple of league titles, we've won a Champions League or whatever, where we all believe this project can go. We will look back on this day and we will say that is where it started. Arteta had beaten 23 out of 24 and he did it today. And I don't care if it went in off Pep's bald head. I don't care. That is an... What a win. What a win. Yeah, incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Martinelli, the GOAT. Such a professional performance. Look, like we'll come to the individual performances, but that is, I don't think there is going to be anything more significant in this project to change that mindset that we all speak about all the time, about that sort of not bottling, but just getting it over the line. What else could there be? Beating Man City late at home. There's nothing else. There is nothing else that is going to prove to us that we can go on and win this league. There's nothing else. Unbelievable. Incredible. First 20 minutes, very cagey. Very, very cagey. I think, to be honest, I want to talk about the off-ball stuff. There was some absolutely incredible performances off the ball today. Declan Rice, William Saliba. I mean, the talent we have assembled at this club is absolutely insane. I thought Jorginho had a fantastic game. I thought Ødegaard grew into the game. I thought Gabriel was marvellous. I thought White was terrific. Off the ball today, the structure in that 3-2, forcing them wide, White tracking Foden inside, Gabriel defending the channels, Zinchenko winning his duels. Off the ball today, I think that might be our best... do I want to say this? Yeah, it's our best ever performance under Arteta, off the ball. We stopped... What was Man City's XG? What was Man City's XG? Let me find that out for you. Let me get some stats up while I'm trying to recover from that. Oh, my goodness me. I will go ahead and say that. I think that is our best ever performance off the ball. We restricted Man City to 0.7 XG. 0.7. I appreciate they don't have De Bruyne, but we didn't have Saka. We didn't have Martinelli for most of the game. 0.4 expected goals to 0.7. 12 shots to their 4. 49% possession to 51. Nearly as many passes completed. We had more of the field tilt. Exactly the same final third entries. More expected threat. More deep touches. More zone 14 touches. There will be people who tell you this game, and oh my God, I have a rant brewing about Sky's coverage. This isn't personal. I'm sorry if those of you who don't watch this in the UK. This isn't personal because it's not about Gary Neville. Gary Neville's the one doing it today. But whoever it is, Stop trying to enforce narratives on a game. You're just there to commentate. I go after for the punditry. I'm listening to the game to see what's happening, to get information. Yes, the VAR check's completed. Yes, they're going to make a substitution. I'm not interested in your opinion, Gary Neville, when you're commentating. Stop being a pundit when you're commentating and just commentate on the game. Okay, give an opinion here and there. But I don't need this constant desire to have a narrative consistently, because there'll be people who come away from that game and go, oh, yeah, Arsenal were a bit shaky. They had a bit of a poor game, but actually in the end, they managed to do it. No, rubbish. First 20 minutes, we were a bit not all over the place, but I think we were a little bit shaky. But the rest of the game, that is our best off-ball performance I've ever seen in Arteta, and I'm sticking by that. Stop trying to sell us a narrative or Raya's shaky. No, he's not. Learn the game. Look, Raya was a 6 out of 10 today. He was fine. He was okay. But this idea that people come away going, yeah, well, in despite of this performance, and in despite of, they were saying at the end, despite of a bit of a rubbish game. No, it's just because you're not interested in the game. You're not interested in the football. You're interested in creating a narrative. That was an incredible game, even if it was only 1 goal in it. The off-ball performances from both teams actually was absolutely incredible. So yeah, that annoyed me so much, because there'll be people coming away from that not appreciating what we did in that game, which was insane, absolutely insane. It's going to take some time to process that, but yeah, the first watch was insane. Right, let me go through some talking points. The lineup, yeah. Look, we did this without Saka. We did this all without Saka. My hairline's going. I'm that stressed. We did this all without Saka. Which is incredible. I felt as though there was times in the first half where we lost that kind of on-ball identity. But from sort of 30 minutes onwards, okay, we didn't create loads and loads of chances, but I felt we were dominating the game against Manchester City. Insane, It's funny because I feel like we ended the game with the lineup that I would have started with, if that makes sense. And the thing is, obviously, fitness stops this happening. But I would have started with Thomas Partey. I would have started with Kai Havertz at number 9. I would have started with Tomiyasu because I was worried about Doku. I would have started with Tomiyasu probably on the right, actually. I would have started with Thomas Partey, as I said, and I would have started with Martinelli if he was fit, obviously, and he wasn't. So by the end, we got the team that we needed, and we went and got it done. What happened at the end? We did the exact same thing that we did in the Community Shield. We pumped it onto Havertz. He dropped it off. Kai Havertz assist, by the way. And it went in off Pep's bold head. Get it. Unbelievable. Kovacic, we should come to that, because that was an insane moment. I think sometimes people point to certain things. Curtis Jones, that's a straight red. Why was this not a straight red? I don't think you can ask for consistency. I personally feel as though each game has a different temperature, right? I don't think you can ask for consistency between games. There's going to be certain challenges that are yellow in a certain phase of a certain game, and certain challenges that aren't. And some things are reds in certain games, and some things aren't. You have to manage. You don't go and manage a Sunday League game in the same way you manage a Premier League game. It just is different. You can't ask for consistency. What you can ask for is consistency within a game. And if you're giving Jorginho a yellow for that first challenge, that is 2 yellows for Kovacic. That's it. It's non-negotiable. It is literally non-negotiable. And if we'd lost that game, the narrative. You know it. So I'm so glad we didn't. I was impressed with Zinchenko's adaptation, especially in the first half. I thought second half he managed to get inside a bit more, and I think that worked for us in terms of getting central access. 384 of you in here right now, so thank you so much, and please hit the like button and subscribe. I thought we did much better with getting central access once Zinchenko was inside, but I did feel that was because City sat off. I felt in the first half City were pressing in like this isn't very good for audio, but there was a sort of diamond shape with Rico Lewis, Kovacic or whatever, and they had Haaland sort of floating, and that's 5 players committed to a very high press. Go long. Now, David Raya, the narrative around David Raya being shaky was one shaky moment, and him waiting for an action to happen. This is the problem with Sky. They don't actually know what the game is. He's waiting for someone to commit an action, which, by the way, if you go back and watch the Kovacic second challenge where he should have got sent off. You can see it. He's waiting. Someone commits that he plays in Declan Rice because he's waiting to create the space. Rice receives it, knocks it out. Space has been created. I'm an idiot. I'm a curly-haired idiot in my room, and I can see that. So the fact that professionally paid commentators can't tell what a goalkeeper is trying to do when teams have been playing out from the back like this for years. Anyway, sorry, I'm not going to rant about Sky forever. But I just, it annoys me because he says, going back to it, it just annoys me because it's gonna take up so much of the narrative, which is why it annoys me. But yeah, I felt in those moments, why don't we go long? We didn't have a Havertz on. And Ketia, yeah, we're gonna have to have a conversation. But on the ball, we weren't great. We didn't create many chances. Obviously, both are XG, but that's because Man City were incredible off the ball. They were blocking lanes. They were meeting up their markers quickly. They were getting out to us, smashing people, turning them around. Sorry, not allowing them to turn around. Yeah, with the City were top class. So once they sat off a bit, we had a bit more time to have an on-ball identity. So yeah, I was really, really pleased with that. Yeah. So yeah, the Kovacic thing I've spoken about, and we're just gonna sit here and talk about that forever if we allow ourselves to. So maybe let's not. William Saliba's performance against Erling Haaland today. Name me now. I'm very specific with this because don't take this and go, oh, you're saying he's the best in the world. I'm not saying William Saliba is the best centre back in the world. What I am saying is he's the best two-way centre back in the world in terms of stepping up early and taking his man and dealing with situations and going over his shoulder. I think there's certain things that he struggles with, maybe in the transition or whatever. And I think he's slightly overrated on the ball for me personally. I think Ben White's actually better on the ball than Saliba. Hot take. But two-way defending, there is no one better in the world. I don't see it. He is absolutely insane. I hope there's comps that go out of him just shutting Haaland down. Absolutely shutting him down because he is insane. I'll try and get his numbers up. But like an absolutely insane performance from William Saliba. And credit to him because at 22 years old, he was showing... he was just showing levels. He was showing levels. Oh, mate, I'm so happy. Sorry, this is kind of jumping around. Obviously, it's an instant reaction, so it's slightly all over the place. But just this is so... I cannot think of a more important thing to happen to this Arsenal team. I simply can't think of a more important thing. This secretly, I was saying before the game, I never want to put pressure on teams. I never want to say you need to do X, Y, and Z. You need to go out and win that game. The only time you do that, I think, is in finals. Really, I think is in league games. I never want to say go out and do that, and absolutely you have to win. But it was coming to a point with City, specifically with our record against them, that we had to win. That like there's a ceiling on the project until we do this. You see what I mean? There was a ceiling on Arsenal until we went and did this. And psychologically, to go and do it in the way we have done is even more important because I think psychologically, we go into the next game against them saying, yeah, we can play them. We beat them in the Community Shield. We've beaten them again today. I can't believe I'm saying that. I literally can't believe I'm saying that. We beat them in the Community Shield. We beat them again today. We can go into every game knowing, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but there was moments where there was cutbacks that came into the box and Rice dealt with them. There was moments where Bernardo Silva had a little moment where he pulled out and someone cut in straight across and took the ball off his foot. We have got top world-class players now. There is not a weak link in that team now in terms of in the back five. So when all that's put together, we go into a game with Man City saying we can win this. We can absolutely win this. And it's not... I don't know if you guys saw that clip of Grealish and Haaland. They were essentially saying we sort of knew that we'd win. We go into those games. Okay, yes, it's easy after the fact to say, oh, well, I knew we'd win. But they sort of go into that game and into that... they said they went into those games at the end of the season knowing they'd win, thinking, yeah, if we get to the Emirates or we get to the Etihad and we're a couple of points behind, we're going to beat them. Now we can go in with that same attitude. Not we're going to win, but we've got over that inferiority complex. We know we can play at that level. We saw green shoots. When did we see it? 2022, New Year's Day, we saw green shoots, right? We saw green shoots at the Emirates last season. Etihad was different. You know why? Community Shield, we've gone toe-to-toe. We've gone toe-to-toe again today, and we've got over the line. And that was the big thing. That was the big thing. It was an unbelievable performance. I'm so buzzing. Oh, my God. And, guys, enjoy this. Enjoy this. Don't allow any pricks, and I will say that, demonetize me if you want. I'm not going to use that word that just came into my head. Don't allow anyone to take away this performance, because this is going to be spun as, well, yeah, they got over the line, but it was a shaky performance. No, it was not. Go and watch the game again without the commentators. When were we under the cosh? That Nathan Ake chance. 4 minutes in, 3 minutes in. When did they have another good chance? Tell me. When did they have another good chance? We completely controlled the off-ball stuff. And when we were on the ball, we had enough to get over the line. So how did we have a bad performance? Please tell me. Lads, I don't normally do this because this is normally for a different... Oh, no, is this going to change my style? No, yeah, it is. I was going to try and play a video, but you have to see it on TDK Live on my channel. We won, boys.
I like to touch balls.
Haaland had 0 XG. Mate, by the way, was anyone else looking at him pre-game thinking, oh my God. I was there like, oh, Jesus. He looked absolutely terrifying. Yeah, I tried this. I tried the new sports camera. I don't know. Tell me, guys, what you think in the comments. I wasn't bothered. I think for me, I thought it was going to be further back, like so you could see the whole pitch, and you could almost like you couldn't see the players. But it also cut to the close-ups as well. And I was like, I don't want to see the close-ups. The whole point is that I see the whole thing, and I appreciate that it could move a little bit, but I don't want it to move and zoom in. So yeah, I'm not for me unless they change it. Thank you very much, Skylance, for your kind contribution to the channel. CA, I presume, is Canada, so you must be friends with George. Maybe it is George. I haven't heard from George in 3 days, so could be. I thought Havertz as a 9 was solid. Yeah, as I said at the beginning of the stream, I felt as though that was where I would have taken it. At the beginning of the game, I would have gone for Havertz, knowing it worked. But also, I think Arteta thinks about things in a much different way to fans, obviously, but especially in terms of approaching the game and game management, in terms of like how he goes, right, okay, we're going to start with this. Then when the fitness levels are dipping, we're going to bring that element into it. See how he always brings on Tomiyasu. Like, it's to shore up a game. I don't think he thinks in, oh, Zinchenko's going to finish the game. Yes, it also helps him manage his minutes. But I don't think he thinks in, oh, Zinchenko's going to finish this game, X, Y, and Z. I think he thinks about it in terms of starters, really thinks about it in starters and finishers. Really thinks about it. I think he thought, okay, I'll start with Nketiah and I'll finish with Havertz. And when that happens is down to the game. So, unbelievable. Yeah, Waleed, I mean, this is the point, isn't it? We were absolutely incredible at winning the ball back. How many ball recoveries? How many? Someone tell me in the comments, because I'm on the stream. Ben White was incredible. Win away at City Net, mate. Just enjoy this. Hey, Len, respect Zinchenko. You hater, money. Well, Zinchenko, defensively, as I said in my most recent video on my channel, I think he's improved defensively. You see him in his body. You see his body shape when he's defending now. Picture him against Trent last season, and now watch him against Doku. His lower body. He may be still here, but his lower body. I can't actually show you on the stream, but his lower body has started to shift, so he can move off quicker. He used to get too square. So yeah, I think he's massively improved. Arsenal Adventure. What was that fight in the end? I don't know. Anyone know? Happy to hear about that. This is an interesting comment from Colby Walker, who says the Rodri absence was bigger for them than Saka's was for us. I think off the ball, I don't know. I think it had more of an impact for them off the ball, and I think it had more an impact for us on the ball, is what I would say. Saka gives us a passing identity. He is always, if you look at, I think certainly last year and this year, but maybe even the year before, his progressive passes received numbers are through the roof. he is the most reliable outball in the league. So he gives us an identity to, well, we can always go and find Saka. We can always do that, right? So I think for me, he almost gives you a sort of a bit of an identity crisis when Saka's out. It's not necessarily just that you lose him going forward. In the build-up phase, you have an identity crisis. So I think on sort of heading forward, we lose something. I think off the ball, he's obviously a bigger Rodri's a bigger loss than Saka. Yeah, but I'd probably put them into those things. Yeah, I mean Pep must be absolutely. You just get a little picture up of him. Just get a little picture. Yeah. Look how bold this man is. Look how bold he is. He is so bold. Oh, I'm doing the wrong screen. Hang on. Look how bold you are, son. We absolutely dunked on you, mate. Absolutely dunked. Think of how many of these have fallen out today. Oh my goodness me. He is a man who loves to touch balls. He loves to touch balls. More than you believe. More than you believe. More than you believe. Looking at a few more comments. I don't know this. Can someone answer that in the comments? Akin Wande, how many points do we have now compared to last season? I think we were 1 behind. So we're either still 1 behind or 2 ahead. I'm so bad at maths. KDB, Rodri and Saka, 3 best players in the league missing. Ooh, big shout. Watching this at 2 speeds to try and catch up with the live is too funny. Yeah, get your comments in, lads. Want to do some. Why is the pigeon-looking fella dissing a bold fraud? Do you reckon I look like a pigeon? I probably do a little bit, don't I? Do you reckon it's the nose? I see that. Raya, yeah, I think again, not to go back to it, but because it will. I promise you, I wish I could do a study on this. I promise you, if people watch games either at the ground exclusively or without commentators, the number of narratives that would be completely different is we know it, and just in psychology and the way you get presented with it's like for example like the illusion of I can't remember what the thing is called, but it's like the choice or something where you do it with kids and you're like, well, you can either have the chicken or you can have the fish, and actually they have loads of other choice, but you sort of narrow it down. We think our choices and we think our decision making or thought process is like just ours, but it's massively been taken on by the filters that we're viewing it through, obviously, right? Not to, I don't know much about it, but I'm sure someone who actually has a psychology degree could back me up on that. And the filter we're viewing it through is through the desire to, honestly, David Raya, he's had a poor game. No, he didn't. He had an okay game. It's like you're just trying to find a narrative. Illusion of choice. Yeah, Tommy Yasu with the cushion header was a great vibe. You could hear the fans starting to turn on him. He was excellent in the second. I'm not sure who you're talking to there. Thoughts on Partey? Yeah, Partey looks amazing. Look, I did a video on him recently about the lack of central access, and I think the problem up to this point, we've been It's funny actually. I looked at the numbers and I went into a bit of research thinking that we were having a progression issue, so we were struggling to get the ball up the pitch. We're actually more progressive than last season, but the question is, how are we getting the ball up the pitch? How are we actually doing that? And it's in a different way. So last season, it was massively through passing. It was through Partey in the centre. It was through Ødegaard, who's the most progressive player in the league. Now it's all about carries. And where are the carries? They're on the wing. So we're struggling to get inside. Partey brings you a passing option in the middle that can progress with passing. And he can also carry, but he's a much better passer, and he can progressively pass from the centre. And that's the thing that I think we have missed. He didn't obviously massively get to show that really in this game. But I think you see the centrality, you see the sort of central hub of the team. I love Rice, but I think what's happened is there's been a slight, like off the ball, is there a better defender in the league? I don't know, like in terms of how he defends things. I love Rice, but I don't think we've necessarily adapted our attack to the fact that we haven't had Partey. Zinchenko can do that a little bit, but he's actually been playing a little bit wider this season. So I think we've missed a real central hub and a central ability to progress. And I think Thomas Partey can really bring that. So I'm really happy with that. Jesus off the right. Yep. Personally prefer him there. I think the angles suit him better. The only thing is when he's cutting and he can't shoot off his left, particularly doesn't want to necessarily. And he doesn't take players on one-on-one, but the ability in tight spaces, that ability to wriggle out of a tight area in the way that Saka can, wins you so much. So I'm really happy with that. Hey, we didn't concede at home. Come on. Terribly. So Alex, now are we sure Havertz is a forward, not a centre midfielder? He was class. Look, we're not going to hash the Havertz debate out. We should try and enjoy this. But he says hashing the Havertz debate out. But I do feel, I think the actions that Havertz has to do as a centre forward are massively clarified when compared to a central midfielder. It's similar to wingers if you think about it, right? So when you receive the ball in the central midfielder and you turn, you have so many options. You could try and ping it over to your right winger. You could turn around. You could dribble with it. You could carry with it. As a winger, let's say, you have 3 options: carry, connect inside, go back. That's really what, especially in the sort of second phase. That's your 3 options. You don't really have many other options. You're not going to switch it to the other side like all the time, are you? So your decision making is simplified. And I think with Havertz, what's happened, in my opinion, is he's gone further forward, and then his decision making is simplified because he's back to goal. He receives it. He's going to get it out of his feet, so it's sped up. When he's in the center of the park, because of his confidence, he's not doing those high value actions. I don't think, because he has almost too much choice. He's sort of going, and then when he has so much choice, he's faced with it, has no confidence, and then draws back. That's my diagnosis of the situation. He says, not getting to the Havertz thing. Look, we've got a couple of minutes left. And don't you worry, he will say it. He will absolutely say it. A few minutes left. Look, I'm absolutely buzzing with this. If you missed the beginning of the stream, you can go back and watch it and see how happy I was. I've slightly calmed down now, but that is one of the most. You don't want to go too hard, but is that our most important win in singular win in 5 years in the Arteta project? Maybe, could be. I think it's a candidate, and if we go on to do certain things, you could argue it was. I mean, what in terms of getting over a line, in terms of beating that final boss? Do you know what I mean? What could be more important? Maybe beating City at the Etihad will be a bigger thing. But so far, I mean, is that unfair? Yeah, and I think I want to finish on this. It's such a mature performance from everyone, from the coach, from the players, from the fans. It's such a mature performance. Like I cannot believe how we controlled the game. There was a moment, I don't know if you guys noticed, there was a moment where Tomiyasu picked up the ball to do a throw in, and he was going, right, let's go. Mikel told him to calm down. And it was at the 85th minute. He was like, chill. And now it's easy to sit here after the fact and go, oh, well, that worked out, didn't it? It's easy. Obviously, it's easy, right? But I will say that shows an incredibly mature manager. Just keep doing things the right way. Don't rush, don't panic, and something will come. Now, it may not have come in this game, but it will just keep plugging away in its process, and it's all of the good psychological principles that Mikel's brought to the club in terms of not panicking about certain results, thinking about the big picture, just doing the right thing every day, controlling what you can control, all the things that he says that you guys know like the back of your hand now. But it was such a mature performance, and off the ball we were so mature, compact. Actually, weren't that compact, to be honest. We did something different. Yeah, I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased. Yeah.
More than you believe. More than you believe, I'm happy.
I have to see Pep's post-match. I haven't seen it. I'm going to go watch that now. Guys, enjoy your night. Enjoy your Sunday. We'll be back on the Cannon Podcast tomorrow. Sign up as a Patreon on patreon.com/ the Cannon Pod to get the full podcast, but sort of half-ish the podcast gets posted on YouTube as well. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Self-promotion. And I have a stream on, frankly, I've done all the work today, so I can promo myself. I have a stream on the Different Knock 2, my second channel, my personal second channel, starting at 7:30 with Deluded Gunner. So I'll see you all there. Let's fucking go, guys!
More than you believe. More than you believe.
Thanks for watching The Instant Reaction. For full episodes of the Cannon Podcast, sign up as a YouTube member on this channel or go to patreon.com/thecannonpod.